Albania, nestled in the Balkans, boasts a rich and tumultuous history. Prior to the 20th century, the region faced centuries of Ottoman rule. This period saw the rise of Islam alongside existing Christian communities, creating a unique religious tapestry. By the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Albanian nationalism surged. The country declared independence in 1912, yearning for self-determination after years of foreign influence. However, this newfound independence was fragile. Internal divisions and external pressures plagued the young nation. The government grappled with establishing stability and defining its identity on the world stage. Amidst this backdrop of uncertainty, a charismatic figure emerged: Bishop Fan S. Noli. A man of intellect and ambition, Noli envisioned a different future for Albania, one free from corruption and foreign influence. In 1924, Noli spearheaded a revolution that would briefly alter the course of Albanian history. His revolt, fueled by promises of reform and modernization, resonated with a population eager for change. However, Noli's time in power was short-lived. A counter-revolution led by the ambitious Ahmet Zogu swiftly ousted Noli and his government. This marked a turning point for Albania, ushering in a new era under Zog's leadership. The legacy of this turbulent period reverberated throughout the 20th century. It laid bare the fragility of Albania's newfound independence and the challenges of nation-building in a region rife with competing interests. Moreover, it set the stage for the rise of figures like Zog, whose ambitions would shape Albania's destiny for decades to come. Ahmet Zogu, a young and ambitious leader from a powerful northern clan, emerged from the ashes of the 1924 revolution. Appointed prime minister in the aftermath of Noli's fall, Zogu quickly consolidated his power. He navigated the complex web of internal rivalries and external pressures with shrewdness, gradually transforming Albania's political landscape. His rule, however, was not without controversy. Zogu's regime, while credited with bringing a degree of stability, faced accusations of authoritarianism and corruption. Nevertheless, he pressed on with his vision for Albania. Recognizing the need for modernization, Zog implemented reforms aimed at strengthening the country's infrastructure and institutions. He established a central bank, introduced a new legal code, and took steps to improve education and healthcare. In 1928, in a move that shocked many, Zogu proclaimed himself King Zog I, formally establishing the Albanian monarchy. This bold declaration cemented his authority and marked a definitive shift in Albania's governance. Zog's reign as king was characterized by a delicate balancing act. He sought to modernize Albania and assert its place on the world stage, while simultaneously grappling with internal dissent and the looming threat of foreign intervention. Despite his efforts to modernize Albania, King Zog's rule was cut short by the outbreak of World War II. In 1939, Mussolini's Italy invaded Albania, forcing King Zog to flee the country. This marked the beginning of a dark chapter in Albanian history, one that would see the nation occupied and its people subjected to the horrors of war. The years of Zog's reign, marked by both progress and turmoil, served as a prelude to the tumultuous decades that lay ahead for Albania. The Italian invasion of 1939 plunged Albania into the abyss of World War II. Mussolini's forces swiftly overwhelmed the small Balkan nation, ending its brief period of independence under King Zog. The Italian occupation was harsh, marked by suppression of Albanian culture and identity. Resistance movements, however, quickly sprung up, determined to fight for their nation's liberation. As the war raged on, Albania became a battleground for Axis and Allied forces. The country witnessed fierce fighting between Italian occupiers, Albanian resistance groups, and later German troops. The Albanian people endured immense suffering during this period, facing displacement, famine, and the constant threat of violence. Amidst the chaos and destruction, a new force emerged in Albanian politics: communism. The Albanian Communist Party, founded in 1941, gained traction during the war years. Led by the enigmatic Enver Hoxha, the communists skillfully exploited the wartime chaos and the widespread desire for liberation. Hoxha, a former teacher with a sharp intellect and ruthless ambition, positioned himself as a champion of the people, promising a future free from foreign domination and social injustice. With the end of World War II in 1945, the Communists, having played a pivotal role in the resistance, emerged as the dominant political force in Albania. The country, ravaged by war and yearning for stability, was ripe for their message of radical change. The stage was set for the establishment of a communist state, one that would profoundly impact Albania's trajectory for the next 4 decades. Section 4. Behind the Iron Curtain, the Hoxha era. The rise of Enver Hoxha and the establishment of the People's Republic of Albania in 1944 marked a dramatic turning point in the nation's history. Hoxha, a staunch Stalinist, swiftly consolidated his power, eliminating political opponents and imposing a totalitarian regime. Inspired by Soviet-style communism, Hoxha embarked on a radical transformation of Albanian society. Hoxha's regime implemented sweeping changes, nationalizing industries, collectivizing agriculture, and embarking on ambitious industrialization programs. Education and healthcare systems were overhauled with a focus on providing universal access. Religion, deemed the opium of the masses, was ruthlessly suppressed, with Albania declaring itself an atheist state. This period witnessed both progress and repression. While Hoxha's policies led to significant improvements in literacy rates, healthcare access, and industrial development, they came at a heavy price. Political dissent was brutally crushed, freedom of speech was non-existent, and the regime's paranoia led to the creation of a vast network of secret police and informants. Thousands of Albanians were imprisoned, executed, or sent to labor camps, accused of being enemies of the state. Albania's foreign policy under Hoxha was equally isolationist. Initially aligned with the Soviet Union, Hoxha broke ties with Moscow in 1961 after Khrushchev's denunciation of Stalin. Later, Albania severed relations with China, leaving the country isolated and reliant on its own meager resources. The self-imposed isolation deepened Albania's economic woes and further restricted the lives of its citizens.